Hi everybody, this is Tina. Hope you're doing well today. I have a video that is all about me restocking my booths. If you're new to this channel and you've landed here, I have 3 booths that I stock, and I put a lot of what I make in those booths. And I have been doing extremely well, so much so that I need to put more things in my booth. So I'm going to be restocking it with some of the things that we make on this channel. So if you are interested in that type of thing, then stick around. You see my hot sellers, because that's what I'm putting in there I'm making, are the things that have sold really, really well for me. And today is going to be all about kitschy Christmas or retro Christmas. It's very, very popular. Every time I put something in my booth that's retro, it is gone. It goes. So anyway, that's what this is going to be all about. I hope you enjoy it, and stick around toward the end of the video, because I'll be telling you what you need to do to be part of my 6,000 subscriber giveaway. Thank you guys very much. So stay tuned for that, and I will see you guys again next time. Take care. So let's get right to it. We're in project number 1. We have 5 projects today. And of course, these could be presents as well as, things that you would put in your booth. These molds that I made that you see here, this is the Be Below mold by IOD. And I'm getting out Kitschy Christmas, and we're going to use these castings that I made from the Be Below mold. And the way I got these colors, guys, is I mixed mica powder with a clear resin and let it dry. The long cast took, like 11 or 12 hours. And that is how I did it. I will link a video in the description box that I did that recently, if you guys want to know how I did it. In any case, what I'm doing is I am picking out things to put on these castings, and I'm going to go ahead and rub them on. The way you put a transfer on is you just take the transfer stick and then you rub it on, and then when you're done you do what I'm doing here, that's called burnishing. And now I'm just taking some Fusion metallic gold, and I'm going to just kind of highlight some areas. This particular casting has a place that kind of frames out the picture in it. And on a lot of them, I go ahead and do the edges. This metallic gold from Fusion is amazing. You can't really tell how bright and gold and vibrant it is until it dries. Most of the time it takes 2 coats, and it's kind of amazing how metallic it looks. It really is. But anyway, I'm using the bright gold because I think in a kitschy look, that was very popular, the very bright gold. And I'm just kind of highlighting a lot of these with the gold. And so now what I'm doing is I am using Extreme Guard by Paint Couture. And this is a high gloss. And I'm going to go ahead and go over these with 1 coat of the Extreme Guard. And it's very glossy, and it looks really pretty. I like using gloss on a lot of these ornaments that I'm doing. So after that dries, I am going to put a little bail on there. This is usually for a necklace. And all you do is, or I do, is I just take that little bail. I buy these off of Amazon, and you just put a little dab of glue. This is a super glue that comes with an accelerator. And you basically just put that little bail on there. And I use the tweezers sometimes. Sometimes I have to use my fingers, and then you just spray it and it immediately dries. So that's what's great about it, having that accelerator. And then all I'm doing is I have some some bright gold ribbon that I'm going to put on there. And that is pretty much all I do to these. They are really not hard to do. You just have to have some patience when you cast that long, that resin. And anyway, this is how they turned out. I hope you like them. So project number 2, this one is, I think, it might be my favorite. I bought this at Dollar General, and it was, two, buy one or two for, I don't know, it was $5 or whatever, and I got it for $2.50. I got 2 of them basically. So it's buy one get one free, and this is actually a just a little turntable thing. What do you call those? Oh gosh, that turn around. You guys know what it is. But anyway, I am painting this with this amazing color by Fusion. It's called Azure, Azure. And to me, it is the perfect kitschy color. Absolutely perfect. Buy the big one, guys, because you're going to love it if you love kitschy, because this is it. Anyway, I am just painting this. With Fusion, you don't really have to use a primer or a top coat. So it took 2 coats. And of course, I did the back as well. And now I have cut out some pieces of that same kitschy Christmas. And I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to put them. I know I'm going to use this deer. And then I add more to it later. I absolutely love this. I think this is my favorite transfer that they came out with. I really do. I love Yuletide and everything, but this is just so on trend. It really is. Even if kitschy isn't your thing, guys, I'm telling you, it's super, super popular. And if you're in the resale business, you better get on board because it's very, very popular. Anyway, I put the deer over there, and then I decided I wanted to add the good tidings on there just to make it look like, he or she was jumping over that. So anyway, I do that, and I've got a bunch of little pieces that I'm going to have all around it. And after I get all of those on, of course, I rub them on, burnish it, and now I'm using that same Extreme Guard gloss. And I actually put 3 coats on this just to make sure, because it's a tray, really, and I want to make sure it holds up. And of course, I also do the back. I don't always show you doing the back because it's kind of boring. You just have to take my word for it, okay? Anyway, after I got done, I kept thinking, oh, maybe I should add more. I never leave things alone. Y'all do not know how long I look at something after I'm done and, change it. And I'm sure you guys are the same way. Anyway, this is it, and I absolutely love it. And I'm doing these to put in my boost, but I don't know. I think I might have to keep this one because I just love it. And it came from a $2.50 little thing that I got at Dollar General. So Okay, so project number 3 kind of goes with project number 2, and you'll see why. Again, this is a wood round that I got. I believe I got it at Hobby Lobby. You know, when they have that their wood stuff on sale, 40% off. It's like every other week. So, I don't know who buy. Well, I guess if you need it, you buy it full price. But anyway, so it was really like maybe $2.50, maybe $3. I don't know. Anyway, so I think it came in a pack of 3 or something like that. So the cost for one it's minimal. So of course I'm painting it with this same beautiful color, and just going over it 2 times. Of course, it takes the wood perfectly, and you don't have to prime it with the Fusion paint. And that's another thing too. You don't have to put a sealer on your paint with Fusion when you use a transfer, because it has a built-in sealer. That's why I love, love, love using Fusion paint when I'm doing transfers. And I heard somebody in one of the Facebook groups or something saying that you can't use Fusion paint with transfers. And I'm like, I don't know. I've probably done 100 transfers with Fusion, and I prefer it actually, because I don't have to put a separate sealer on and wait for it to dry. So I'm not really sure why it wouldn't work or last or whatever. I actually prefer it. But anyway, getting back to the project, after I put the snowman on, I go ahead and put the Extreme Guard gloss by Paint Couture. I love all the Extreme Guard that Paint Couture has, and I did get in stock, and I have more stock coming in too. It just took a while to get here because it was freezing in different places. A lot of the top coats, and I have Extreme Guard. I had a bunch in flat, but now I've got it in satin and the gloss. And a lot of the Christmas presents, I tend to use gloss. Okay, so what you see me doing there is I am cutting apart the wreath that comes in Kitschy Christmas, because I decided after I was all done, as I was saying that I do all the time, to add this little wreath around it. And obviously the wreath was not big enough to go all the way around it. So I just took pieces of it and kind of fussy cut around it and decided to put that around. He just looked lonely or something. He needed something. And I don't know. This is what I came up with. So he's got like little pieces of the wreath all around him, and I think it makes it look a little bit more complete. Now, of course, because I did that, I am going to have to go ahead and seal it. You don't have to seal this because of the paint. Fusion paint does not have to be sealed. It has a top coat, but you do have to seal the transfers. And because this is going to be like a tray, I go ahead and put 2 coats on that. I might have been, well, technically it's 3 because I put one on 2 before, maybe 4 actually. So what you see me doing there is these are these little, I don't know what you would call them. They're little bead type things, little embellishments. And I am not even sure where I got them. I might have got them at, I don't know. I might have got them at the dollar store. But don't quote me on that. But anyway, it came with some super glue. And if it didn't, I would still put super glue or something. Anytime I put these type of embellishments on something, I make sure I put a permanent glue on there. So I'm just going around the raw. This is kind of a raw edge thing. That other little turntable thing wasn't. It was more finished. And I just felt like it needed something on the end. And I just kind of racked my brain. And all of a sudden, I looked at this. And Kitschy is very glittery and gold and, all that kind of stuff. Big velvety and all that stuff. So now what you see is a gold candlestick that I got from the dollar store. I buy these all the time, guys, and I use them for different things. But this time I'm just going to leave it this color, this gaudy gold color. So I put a few drops of my super glue, and then I put some Tite Bond on there also, and just a couple little dollops of hot glue to hold it temporarily. And then I put something big on top of it to dry. And look at this. Doesn't that look amazing? So those two can go together real well, and you have like a little tiered thing, or you have them separately. This is so cute. Like I said, this is supposed to be me restocking my booth, but I don't know, guys. You tell me, what would you do? Would you keep it? Would it go? Sometimes you make stuff and it's hard to give away, isn't it? Okay, so project number 4. This one is a great one for a resale booth, or if you're gifting people things and you need to make them inexpensively, but you want it to be upscale. I'm real picky about. Yeah, I like to make them inexpensive, but they have to, they have to look good when they're done. They have to look upscale to me. Anyway, this is a clipboard. I bought this in bulk off of Amazon, and it is way cheaper to get them that way if you're thinking about doing a lot. And I sell this stuff all, not, Christmas necessarily, or not just Kitschy, but these little clipboards. If you've been watching me at all, you've seen me do several of them. And the reason you do see me do them is they sell as soon as I put them in my booth. That and book stacks, and there's just certain things that just go out the door. So I painted the clipboard with the azure, and now I'm going over this deer that you can no longer get. I forgot the name of the mold. I think I had one on my website and somebody bought it. I have quite a few. I've been collecting quite a few, I think expired, well, no longer produced or sold from stockist molds and transfers. So you can look there and see what's there. And their prices are based on what I paid for them, because I bought them retail, guys. I didn't buy them wholesale. So some exorbitant prices. They're bad. But just, I like having them there just so that you guys might want them. And I also offer the castings if you like just the castings. So what you see there is I've got a Santa Claus that is a iron-on. This is meant to go like on a shirt or material or whatever, but I buy these all the time, guys. You can get them on Amazon. I think I got this one on Amazon. And then I also got a bunch on Temu. And I just ironed it on. I just put some parchment paper and it irons on, and it's freaking amazing. They turn out fantastic. They are very inexpensive. And look how vibrant he is. And now I'm using their transfer. I cannot think of the name of this transfer. The one that they put out this Christmas. I don't know. Anyway, I do have this. Oh, by the way, guys, I got my hands on a handful of the Kitschy, and I don't remember not Yuletide, but the other one. Check out my website because I only have a handful of each. A stockist was selling them, and I got them. So check that out. And I do have a couple of Yuletide, I think, too. So if you want them, grab them because there's only a few. There's only a few, and I would hurry up and grab the molds too because and the stamps because I'm buying stuff from last year for crazy prices. From last year, not from 2 or 3 years ago. So yeah, in 1 year, people will run out. So basically on these transfers, they're not hard to use. Don't be afraid of them, and especially at Christmas time. This gold comes in handy. It just does. Look at that. Nothing else could do that. And you don't have to rub hard on this. You just have to make sure you rub all. Most of this stuff is very detailed, so it looks like your people are rubbing hard, but it's not. They're just making sure they get everywhere. And I don't use anything but my finger to kind of smush those down because they're very delicate. They just seem to come off if you rub them too hard. And of course, I'm using again the Paint Couture's Extreme Guard Gloss to go over this. And yes, I did do the clipboard part of it with the metallics gold, guys, because this is supposed to be kitschy, so there's a lot of gold, there's a lot of silver. It's gaudy. Kitschy's gaudy. Think, my age. Think when I was a child, that's how everything looked. Remember, they put all that stuff you buy at the Dollar Tree that was wrapped around your tree, tinsel and all that. So this is part of that same transfer, and I am just putting some snowflakes on the back of the clipboard because I always decorate the back of my clipboards because, people are holding them. And then, of course, I go over it with the Extreme Guard, and here it is, and I love this. It turned out really, really cute. I always put something on the little metal piece up there. That's why I like using these clipboards, because I can attach something to it. I always put some sort of casting on there. Anyway, and also whenever I display these in my booth, I always put like some sort of picture or something in there so people know that you can put stuff on there. You can put recipes on it. It's a practical gift. I think that's why people like them. All right, project number 5, and this is our last project. I have these little plastic, they're really meant to be ornaments, and I got these off of Amazon, but they sell them at Hobby Lobby. I think Michael's has, you can get them just about anywhere, and they're meant to look like the old, I guess, is it the C? The big light bulbs that we used to everybody had all over their house. Or at least I know we did. Anyway, I am going to be using a little bit of polyacrylic, and this is the clear gloss, and this is the glossy one. It works the best. And polyacrylic works better than like Mod Podge or anything like that, just because it dries crystal clear. Anyway, I am taking my little, I don't know what that is. It's like a little tube, the little squeezer thing that I got with my resin. And I put like one whole full squirt in these. And you just kind of mix it around. And you don't want to put too much in there, but you want to have enough that it completely covers it. And you want to make sure that you get to the very bottom part of it, and then I dump out any extra that's in there. You don't want a bunch sitting in there. If you have too much in there or it's still wet when you try and do this, it gets very clumpy and it doesn't work right. So after I do that, I empty out as much as I need to back in the can, and then I just take my little cup and I put them upside down to where the rest of the polyacrylic will drip out, and they'll also dry, without the top on. And so I use this little funnel, and I bought a little thing. I think it was less than $10 of a bunch of different colors fine glitter. It works way better with extra fine glitter than it does any kind of chunky glitter. And see how easy that is when they're dry. And you don't want them 100% dry. Basically, you want that cloudiness to go away. And that's when you go ahead and mix that in there. So the cloudiness will be away, but you can still see the polyacrylic. It's not completely transparent, and that is the perfect time to do that. It takes about 15 to 20 minutes, really. I guess it depends on your atmosphere. So I'm kind of showing you this one. It was too wet. It can't have gobs of wet polyacrylic in there. You're going to have a bunch of chunks. So I'm just making sure I empty them all out and find one that's dry. And see how it's pretty much doesn't have that cloudiness. And that makes a big difference as far as doing this. So I'm just using different colors, and it takes about 1/3 of each one of these little tubes that I got for each ornament. Now, if you do a big ornament, it's probably going to take about half. But I mean, you can definitely do this on big ornaments, and the impact is really kind of amazing, and how cool it looks. But I will tell you, it does look different if you use something like Mod Podge or glue that's not very transparent. I was going to try it with Extreme Guard gloss, just to see if some of these, because it seems to me that they dry very crystal clear, and it would probably do the same thing. The other thing, I know you can use floor polish, floor wax, or it's not, well, I don't know if it's a wax, it's floor polish. It's made out of the same thing as polyacrylic. So after they're all dry and ready to go, I leave them overnight upside down. After I put the glitter in, I just kind of put them back in that cup, and I let them overnight, and they're dry. I'm taking all these tops because I'm a glutton for punishment, and I'm painting them with that same metallic gold from Fusion. And honestly, you could take these out and spray them, but it's really cold and nasty, and I don't want to go outside. So I just did that. And so now what I'm doing is I am taking one of these smaller, I don't know exactly what the size is, but the smaller size of the wreaths, wire wreath forms that you get at the Dollar Tree. Of course, you can get these at any type of craft store. And I am wrapping it with this tinsel garland that you get at the Dollar Tree or Walmart or, gosh, anywhere. See, this is the stuff we used to just put all on our tree, and then the tinsel, and oh my gosh, it was so gaudy, right? Those giant bulbs. Ugh. But that's kind of, that look is really in. If you have any of that original old stuff, guys, it's worth some money. Don't throw it out. So I just wrapped this entire thing with the tinsel. Basically, I would just put a little dab of glue anywhere I wanted it to stay. And I think it took 3 garlands. I put a little bit of gold in with the silver. And now what you see there is I've got this wood form, this very kitschy Santa Claus, and I got him from Temu, but they sell them on Amazon. And from Temu, he was like $5. And I just tied him on the little tie thing that he had on front, and then I put a dab of glue, and now I'm just putting these ornaments. I got these candy canes from Hobby Lobby, and when you think kitschy, think gaudy, think sequins, think glitter, and that's what we're trying to achieve. We're trying to achieve that gaudy, 1950s, 1960s look. And if you're my age, you grew up then, and this is very nostalgic. This would have been on somebody's front door, and they'd have been proud to have it. And I'm telling you, I'll put this in my booth, and it'll be gone in a day, 2 days max. So anyway, so that is all I do is just kind of figure out where I want these, and I'm just gluing them on there, and they will glue directly to the tinsel. You want to make sure you're putting things where you want them, because it does kind of melt the tinsel a little, but you know, your stuff's going to be on top of it, so you can't see it. But if you're not moving it around after, that's all I'm saying. But it's really easy. It probably took me 10 minutes to wrap this with that garland, and I don't know. The hardest part of this whole thing was really just doing these little ornaments. So you could actually probably get the real bulbs and put them on there, and it'd look really cool. So now I have some bright red velvet ribbon, because this was the kind of ribbon. This is nicer than what you would normally find, and I would put it on there. And I'm just making a bow. So I just wrap it around, I think it was 4, maybe 5 times. And now I'm just taking some gold wire, and I'm going to go ahead and twist that. And just making a bow that way. It's going to be kind of a big, fluffy bow. I want it to look authentic, you know, to look like what the bows would look like then. And they were very bright red. And I went through my stash of ribbon, and a lot of it wasn't that bright red. So now I'm just going to put a big blob of glue and just put my bow in there and kind of fluff it where I want it, and put little dabs of glue anywhere I need to, and that's it. And I love it. And I'll probably sell this for about, $45, and it'll probably go really quick. Well, thanks for watching, and I want to give you guys a heads up. In the next 3 videos, whoever comments on my videos, who is a subscriber, you must be a subscriber and live in the United States, unfortunately, because of mail. If all you have to do is comment on the video in the next, including this video and 2 more, all you have to do is comment, and you will automatically be entered into a contest to win some big prizes. And that will be coming before Christmas to celebrate my 6,000 subscribers. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I hope you enjoyed this, and try some Kitschy. You'll like it. It's really fun. And check out my website. I do have a lot of the things that you see here available, as far as the paint and transfers and IOD and stuff like that. So I will see you again next time. I'm putting out more videos because I have a lot of Christmas left in me. I don't know. I can't believe it's just, I'm not ready. Okay, guys, I will see you soon. You take care. Bye-bye.